mode in January because kids are still home on school holidays until the 1st of February. So I've got, and David's on holidays as well. So all in holiday mode still, which is fun. I'm enjoying it, but I did have to very sadly start back my day job yesterday, which was a bit hard. It was hard to flip my brain into work mode. So yes, happy Thursday. I hope everyone's well. If you need to know the weather here, it is overcast with a nice wind and we're meant to have rain, but I'm washing my sheets. So I do hope everything dries. My name is Woodbridge. I am an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in Australia. I live on the Central Coast, which is about an hour north of Sydney. Hello, Miss Kay. Today we are just going to do some stamping. We're going to stamp some backgrounds. I'm not doing a one sheet wonder because one sheet wonders kind of aren't my thing. I find, look, I can do a one sheet wonder, but I prefer the control of stamping a card panel. So I'm going to do it in a one sheet wonder style, like all collagey and stuff like that, but I'm just going to work with a card front panel rather than a whole A4 sheet of paper. So that's kind of my comfort level wheelhouse, and I've grabbed out the Artfully created, I don't know why, Artfully layered stamp sets, because even though there are only 4 image stamps in here, we can play with colors and we can play with textures with this amazing word stamp. So we're going to play with that. Now, if you're interested, this stamp doesn't come by itself. It comes in this whole amazing bundle that I will show you. So we have the Tropical Layers dies, and the link for all of these, or the link to my store, is in the description box below, so you can have a look at them online. So we've got the dies so we can die cut out the stamp shapes, and then we have layers dies. We have these 2 textures and a border. So we've got that. We've also got, because of course I was really prepared and had the paper out before, but we have the Artfully composed 12 by 12 designer series paper. I'll show you that a bit more once I flip around. And we also have, and I will grab it here, and I'm thinking when I build my sentiment, even though we're going to do stamp backgrounds, I am going to build my sentiment, and I will use the vellum layered sheets. So we have world map, we have this writing, we have more scripty writing. This is more, I don't know, is it, I suppose it reminds me a bit of a newspaper. Hello, Cindy. Yes, you were late leaving the Zoom. I left everyone on Zoom, on the Zoom that I've been on for over a week, to come here. Hello, Miss Linda. Lovely to see you here. Hello, Miss Phoebe. So I've got all of, I definitely will not be, I don't think, I say it now, but I don't think I'll be using the dies. I do want to keep it quite simple and not use the dies for this project. I won't say I won't use them, but I just won't use them now. So let's flick ourselves around and you guys can have a look at what I'm using. I need to copy this link into a few places, turn off my overhead light, and we'll get stamping. So has everyone had a nice week so far? I was just saying I've gone back to my day job, but just for one day because Monday was a public holiday. Has everyone else had to go back to work this week? Because it was kind of no fun going back to work, actually. It's like, no, I truly wanted to stay and hang out with my friends, but that's okay. That is totally crooked. Okay, that's better. even though you can see the base of my stand. We are not a totally professional outfit here, as many of my friends in the chat can attest to. Yes, oh, and we have Miss Louisa visiting us today, which is lovely to see. Hello, Missy Moo. Did you pull out the internet? Ah. I'm so sorry if you heard that. I thought the internet was pulled out because David's moving stuff around. Hello, Miss Glenna. Thank you for joining. Sorry, I was a bit loud there, so I'm so sorry. I was a bit annoyed when I saw my screen go off. Oh, you're back of the job of being on permanent vacation. I love that, Cindy. That is awesome. Can I be on permanent vacation with you? I really, really, really wish I could. But alas, I cannot. I really, really, really do wish I could. Just give me a second here. Come join us live. And put that in and do that and do this and post. And I've got one more place and then I will show you this paper. Now while I'm doing this, if you haven't heard already, I am doing a bit of a loyalty reward program, and what that involves is here on YouTube. If you support me with a super chat while I am live, you will become one of my VIPs, and what I will do is the month after you support me, you will have exclusive access to me in a Zoom hangout. So that is something that's going on. It's also happening over on Facebook as well, because you can now send stars over on Facebook. So that's a little something that I'm doing, and it is a newer thing, which is a bit of fun. Hello, Miss Carol. Hello, Margene. Hello, Brenton. Thank you so much for joining me today. Let me just make sure that posted. It did. Okay, we're all back and good. So the Artfully layered stamp set can go over here, and I will show you these papers. So we've got Evening Evergreen, Just Jade, Pear Pizzazz, Calypso Coral, Pale Papaya, and Mint Macaron. Although I did make a card last night and actually used Bumblebee, and it worked really, really well. I think there are a couple of double ups. There are two sheets of both patterns, but of course they're not in order. So I've got this one. I quite like this one. I'm using the paper as a bit of inspiration, so I like how collaged it is, although I think I'll do like a corner, two corners, and like a third. I'll do a couple of different stamp designs. So I'm going to keep this paper handy along with the layering vellum, so then I can create some sentiments. Okay, so I'm hoping against everything that I do have some card fronts, because if I was me, and I can thank past me a lot. How many do I have? I have 3, so that's how many cards we're making, because I have 3 sitting there pre-cut. I normally have a stash of Whisper White card fronts cut. Now the other thing I need is some scrap paper. I know I have some squirreled away back here to use. Okay, it's already pre-stamped on. By the looks of it, this one's even been wet, but you know, it's scrap paper that we can stamp on. And I have grabbed out all of the colours. I may not use all of the colours, but these are all of the colours in the designer series papers. So I thought, let's just kind of stick with that and go from there. So I've got all my blocks in front of me. These are some pieces I was playing with last night. And just chuck these 3 stamps, or 4 stamps onto blocks, so we are ready to rock and roll. Right, that one doesn't quite fit, but it's close. Actually, it does fit, because all these images that I'm going to stamp are on there. Okay, and I need a smaller one. Who is a fan of this suite in the catalogue, or did you kind of look over it? And it's okay if you answered to this. Did you look over it and go, yeah, it's okay, and move on with life? Because I did do that over a few things. They just kind of weren't my style. Okay, so I've got all 4 of those mounted. I will leave the sentiments until a little later, until we decide what to do. You love this collection, Brenton. That's awesome. I'm glad you did. I love the colour combo. Now, unfortunately, my Calypso Coral, my Calypso Coral ink pad needs replacing desperately, and unfortunately I did do a order the other night before I used my Calypso Coral and realized it was needing a replacement, because I did try to re-ink it. We'll be able to use it today, it just won't be fantastic. So I'm starting with stamping in each corner, just putting in my big bold leaf. Now I can never pronounce these leaves properly, so I'm just going to say everything's leaves. Everything's leaves, and that's okay. So they are going to form my base. What am I going to do here? Next, I'm going to use our larger leaf that is solid. It's not a line image, and I am going to use Just Jade. So we use Evening Evergreen first, and I'm going to use Just Jade. Oh my god, does my Just Jade need some love as well? Oh no, because this is a distinctive stamp. Because you can see from the image here, it is a distinctive stamp. So it doesn't look inked up, but it actually is. And you get that gorgeous, I can speak, gorgeous variance. So just kind of mirroring, but making them a little different. Okay, so I've got that there. Now I may go back and do another one of something, but I'm just doing my one of everything first. I'm thinking some Calypso Coral for these fallen leaves, or that's what they look like for me, is fallen leaves. Hello, Miss Heidi. You overlooked it, but I might change it. I may change your mind. I am a professional enabler, so yes, I won't apologize for changing your mind, Carol. Now this is my Calypso Coral. It's a bit funky. It isn't re-inking well. This sometimes happens to ink pads. My ink pads are next to my window here, because that's the place that they live, which isn't ideal, but it just is. Okay, I'm just going to hold this here to make sure the ink transfers, and that transferred quite nicely. Now up here I may do a little bit of stamping off, so using the same ink but at a different intensity. That's okay. It's okay. I'm not loving that colour, but but I think I'm going to tie it together by using our script with the pale papaya. Okay, what's everyone thinking of the colour palette of this? I think it's quite nice. I do like it a lot. I'm going to test stamp. Lovely, beautiful. It doesn't matter if these words come out nicely or not. It's just there for texture. Okay, so I'm going to go here, and then I'm going to stamp off here. I think if I add a sentiment and some designer series paper strips, I'm actually really happy with that stamp background. I like that I've left some white space, and we'll go and see from there. Okay, so I'm going to leave that one as done. I am going to leave all my ink pads open as I'm using them, but I'm going to change things up for the next card, colour-wise, and I need to clean my stamps. I have my Stampin' scrub. You love the colour palette, Brenton. Yeah, that's the thing that kind of got me. And one of my team members, she definitely, when we first did a first look at the catalogue together, she went, oh no, I don't like that. And I'm there going, this is kind of calling me. And she went, oh no, I don't like that. I was talking to her yesterday actually, and she goes, oh, what are you working on? So I'm playing with this, blah, blah, blah. And she goes, I actually like that. And I went, pardon? You were so against that. And like Carol, she had gone, no. And now she's loving it. Oh, sorry if you can hear Miss Louisa sighing. She is definitely asleep beside me. So I love the Stampin' Scrub because you can go scrub, 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 and it's all wishy-washy and clean, and then go dry, 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 and it's all ready to use. Nice, quick, and simple. Please tell me that you all own one of these, because these are the easiest way to, and even with me not being able to apply a lot of pressure, the easiest way to clean our red rubber stamps. You guys know I do use my stamp chamois for my photopolymer stamps, just because the Stampin' Scrub likes to hold a whole lot of colour. So I find it does stain my photopolymer stamps, which doesn't matter, but I just prefer the chamois for that. Okay, so I've got my mint macaron. So we're going to use the mint macaron and the pear pizzazz, and then we're going to add in some of the other colours. So similar but different colour palette. So I'm going to go along, and I basically want to, so I've got 3. 3 is a good number. Oh, sorry, I've got very itchy nose here. I just need to wiggle it. Yes, you love your Stampin' Scrub as well. Good, I'm glad. So I'm going to leave this open. I am dicing with a lot of stuff here, leaving these ink pads open. But I figure we're going to be using them, so there's no use opening and closing. Okay, pear pizzazz, I'm going to use this larger leaf image. Now, I could bring in other leaf images from other sets, but this is my first proper play with these images. So I just want to keep it simple, but adding in other images would be gorgeous. And you could definitely use Stampin' Blends or watercolor brush or our water painters or a blender pen to give this line image some life. Okay, so once again, I think I'm going for my rule of threes, even though I'm going for like 2/3, I'm going for part of the card. Having this coming up another at a higher angle, I'm totally fine with. Okay, so I think I'm going to bring in my pale papaya, and I'm going to go in with these scattered leaves. Now, I think that's a better intensity. So I'm just going to like fill in these spots. I'm going to overlap. Now, this isn't particularly perfect stamping, but we're still going with our threes. And then I'm going to switch it up and go with Stamped Off Calypso Coral for our wording. And then what I might do for our last panel is do a whole panel, and we'll see what that looks like. Now, I was just about to use that upside down. It does have non-English words on it, and they are a little hard to read, and that's okay. That's kind of how it's meant to be. So I've gone 1, 2, 3. Do I want more on this? Actually, I don't have a final one. Oh, I do have a final one. I don't know what I'm talking about here. I maybe would have preferred this in Just Jade, but that's okay. I can go and clean this stamp. And what I think I just want a bit more intensity. I do just want to add a touch of Just Jade. So, open my Stampin' Scrub. What I do is I do make sure I stamp off majority of the ink, so then I don't have to wash this so often, because stamping is so much more a priority in my life than cleaning my Stampin' Scrub. Okay, so Just Jade. Where's my piece? Oh, it ran away with my Stampin' Scrub. How rude. I just want that little bit more intensity. And I'm going to pop it in different places. Yes. So it does just play on being a little bit darker than the mint macaron, but I think it just builds this piece. Yes, much happier now. And then I will put my sentiment there, and I think I will stamp in the Just Jade for this. Just where my brain's going. Oh, you love this leaf. Me too, Phoebe. Actually, Phoebe, do you have a lot of these kind of leaf? You would have a lot in your area, wouldn't you? Now, I'm thinking, you're not Miami, are you? You're Florida? Thank you, Heidi. Okay, last one. I think I am loving using the Evening Evergreen and now I'll show you the difference. So this is using the Evening Evergreen, and this was using some of the lighter colors. I think I like how dramatic this is, but I'm going to change up how I use it, and I'm going to do a whole sheet as if we've cut out a piece of designer series paper. So I've gone off the edges of both these pieces, so it looks like I've done a one sheet wonder, but I haven't. I've just made them up. Okay. That's my piece. I need my Stampin' Scrub because we're starting afresh with all of our stamps. So just scrub, scrub, scrub. Dry, dry, dry. I just got caught. Actually, I should ask my darling husband to please please put the sheets on the line before it rains later this afternoon. He's all caught up in moving around and reconfiguring all the smart speakers in our house. So they're all where David needs them and wants them, which is fine. But now, because they're not in their original place, he needs to rename them all. And he's got a little sidetracked. I need washing hung up on the line. Hello, Miss Jenny. Jenny, I feel like I haven't seen you in a while. Okay, so not to distract us all, I'm just going to turn this inside out so we have a bit of a cleaner background to work on. Please just bear with me for 1 second and I shall be back. Can you please hang out the washing? Do you need me? No, I'm live. Okay, thank you so much for that, guys, and indulging me. Indeed, David had forgotten about the washing, just as I suspected. Okay, let me take a swig of water and let me work out what colour combination. I kind of want to use all the colours on this background and like make it a celebration piece. That feels better. So what I want to start with is my evening evergreen. Now, I don't want to go too heavy with that, but I do want to use my largest leaf just for something a little different. So because I'm stamping the whole piece, I am going to start in the middle and then work my way out, because often I get myself caught in the middle if I go around. So I like to start in a corner or in the middle, and then you can kind of work your way from there. So I just maybe, oh, thank God that was the back. Maybe I just kind of want to do 3 and see how we go. Just see how we go, because I like that. That is a nice bold start. And I think I'm going to go down in colour intensity from there. So I'm going to go Just Jade. I'm going to miss this colour when it goes in May. I really, really am. It's a gorgeous colour, and I've kind of neglected it just a little bit recently, and it's in quite a few things in the new catalogue, which I love. Now, has everyone been able to pop in an order from the new catalogue, because it's live? So I've done 3. I can add more if I need to, but once again, I'm going to leave that there. I'm going to stick with my greens for the moment and go Pear Pizzazz. Now, also, I want to ask you, while you're watching, please don't forget to give me a thumbs up. It helps other people find me, and it also tells me that you're liking what you're seeing. Now, I do make sure while I'm doing this that I am rotating the way I am stamping, so not everything's in the same direction. I did want to put it there. Maybe I kind of want to put it here. Now, I am going to have to clean and repeat and do all of that. I think I may need just a stamped off version down here, nestled in there, so you just see a little bit. I should have done some of these stamped off to get different intensity, but that's okay. Now I'm going to go in with sorry, looking, thinking, doing all of those things. Going to go in with mint macaron, just for something a little bit different. Going to use it stamped off up here. That's a bit better. I do like that stamped off because I kind of do have 3 clusters. So we've gone quite green blue at the moment, and when we add the pale papaya and the calypso coral, it will really lift this. So if you're looking at this, it's very monochrome. I'll take it away from my stamp. It's very monochrome, very blue green, but when we add that pop, you will go, wow. I'm just looking at my other pieces. I think I may want a hit of stamped off calypso coral. So not uber intense, but I want that depth of colour, just maybe not quite so dark. Thank you, Miss Cindy. Hello, Shaz. How are you? Okay. Okay, so you'll let me enable first and then you'll pop through an order. I love that. Okay. Now, in Australia, we do have some products that haven't quite arrived yet due to the global shipping crisis that is happening at the moment. So please do be aware that not everything is quite available. Okay, so I'm just going to pop the hits in where they're a little camouflaged. So some of them I'm going to do full strength, and some of them I'm just... And some of my stamping off is lighter than others. So I've got full strength, and this is a lighter stamp off, and I think I do want a little hit up here. So not a whole lot, but you can see this is now coming to life. I'm just wondering how I want to add some of the pale papaya, because we do only have 4 stamps. So it's not as if we have a whole lot of stamped images, but no, you can't help me with anything. Thank you, Siri. Okay, so just stamping this off. What I think I will do is grab this image and use it partially just to fill in some of these white areas. I do like white space because it does give your eye a little place to... Oh, you did a big order yesterday. I didn't do a big order, but I did do an order bigger than what I expected, and it's actually already been shipped. So I'm going to expect that order either tomorrow or early next week. So you know, as soon as I get that order, I will be doing an unboxing. So you will be able to see what I got, because I got the Global Paper Pumpkin Kit, which is the Hope Box, which has some gorgeous butterflies in it. And I got a few bits and bobs. Okay. Wish me luck. Just that teensy bit brings it together. So I don't necessarily want to add a lot. I just want to add a hint. Now here, I think I may be adding a whole lot more. So you can see how it's coming together. And once again, my rule of threes, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Yes, I did add a tinsy bit there, but you can see now that I'm there going, I think I'm done with this panel. So I've got the diagonal plus a little bit. I did start with 3, but they did join through to be a diagonal cluster. I think I'm going to leave it there. I think. Because just want... Okay, I think that balances it out. Just a tinsy bit there. Okay, let's call that done. I'm going to clean my stamps again because that's what you do. You're seeing lots of stamp cleaning today. Normally I leave them till the end, but I just don't know if I will use any of these stamps as backgrounds to my sentiments. So if I don't use them, I can put them away straight away, woohoo me. But if I do need them, they're clean and ready to rock. So I just felt like a stamping session. When I get new stamps, I think this is my favorite thing to do, just to get to know the stamps, know how they stamp, is just get in and do a big stamping session. So I'll do stuff like this. Ruth and a lot of you will do a one sheet wonder, but it just gets me to get to know the stamp. Like, I'd forgotten that this big image was a distinctive stamp. But that's great, because then I went, oh yes, I really like the texture of that. And yeah. Oh, I'm so sorry about that. Oh, you did a huge order on Monday, posted already too. Oh, good. And you grabbed some Celebration. That's great. I do love Celebration. I am patiently waiting for my Celebration papers, and that's okay. Don't mind waiting. But I do, and I'm waiting for a couple of stamps as well, but I do have the otters, but I want to wait until this order comes in, because the otters are going to go very well with some of the things, something that I've pre-ordered that will be available next month. And I have played with the Friendly Hello set, and I've had a lot of fun with that, but I won't be showing what I did for that project till later in the month. Okay, so this is how I play with my sentiments. I literally take the sentiments, and I like that sentiment there, that is kind of made for that area. Like, look, I don't need to do anything, but I do want to do some layering on this one. So we've got Sending All the Hugs. I do love that. Now, I wonder if Sending All the Hugs would fit in my favourite punch. So I do a lot of this as well. Oh, Sending All the Hugs fits. Right. So Sending All the Hugs will go approximately there. And then this one, I can do whatever I want. But because it is such a lovely cluster, I do kind of... So I've got 2 choices. And I'll give you guys final... Hang on. Maybe I have 3 choices. Sorry. See, I don't know if I want to go scalloped. I've got my scalloped ovals, or my double oval punch, so that fits nicely there. I've got, just pop that over there. I do have, which will add a really nice geometric shape. I do have my tailored punch. That fits a little nicer. Or my also other favorite that I use all the time, it will fit, will it? This is the thing. This is why I check. Yes, it will also fit nicely in the fancy Label Me Fancy punch. So I will leave these 3 here for you guys to ponder on. while I get these mounted onto blocks. Thank God I have multiple blocks is all I can say. Thank you. And yeah, sending all the hugs that can go possibly on this one. Perfect. Okay, they are all on blocks. Okay, that face isn't helping me, Phoebe. I need Witch Punch. I'm going to actually pop this stamp set to the side, and I'll pop, this is for, so I need Witch Punch. The sentiment is going on for the whatchamacallit piece, for the full stamped background piece. Okay, now this one we're just going to stamp directly on, and I can't decide whether I want to do Evening Evergreen or the Calypso Coral. I can audition it on a scrap piece of paper and see which one I prefer. So we will go, no, that's, oh no, that's, I just want to see how the Calypso Coral stamps, because as I said, the ink pad isn't playing nicely at the moment. That stamped really well. And then I'll get my hit of 3 Calypso Coral. Let's do it. Now, I do need to check how it stamps when I'm actually looking to stamp it straight. That works. So what I'm doing to stamping it straight, I'm not worrying about the thank. I'm just looking at the U and looking at getting that straight. So wish me luck. I'm going to need it. If not, we'll punch it out. But I would love to just keep it nice and simple. I'm going to hold it there for a few seconds to let the ink transfer. It's not perfectly straight, but I do like it. How are we going? We are doing fantabulously for time here, guys. So that is card panel 1 done. Now, I did have them out. I do also have the matching faux sea glass shapes that I have to add because they're stunning. So I've got mint macaron, pear pizzazz, and just frosted white clear ones. So I've got those that can add a little bit of dimension, and I have totally knocked myself here. Okay, yes, we're back straight again. Hello, Shelley. Okay, I still need to know which punch I'm using. So oval, tailored, or fancy. I'm going to pop that over here. I'm going to grab some scrap Whisper White. Oh, look, I've got a piece right here. This was the piece I was using last night. Where's that card panel? I think I kind of want to try Evening Evergreen just for that pop on this piece because it's quite light. Or I could use the Calypso Coral again. So I do have the Calypso Coral in there light, and if I use it again, I will use a Calypso Coral just because it will really just bring out that very light colour there. Now, where's that scrap? Oh, this is just a... Now, I'm just doing a how it's stamping and inking check here, because, you know, new stamps, you've got to check it a couple of times, checking that that is nicely inked. I don't need to center it or anything because we are punching it out. Perfect. Okay, if you hear David's voice coming through, don't stress. He's just checking the speakers. Tailored. Fancy. 2 for tailored, 3 for tailored. Okay. Tailored wins. So sorry, Shelley, but tailored wins. And you didn't quite see it sitting on the tailored. You came in a couple of minutes after I had done some auditioning. Okay, sending all the hugs. So what I want to do here is I want to make sure that the sending is straight. Yep. Okay. That piece there. No, this piece has popped out. There we go. It's back in. The lock is back in, so my everyday label can just pop over there for the moment. And that works really nicely nestled there. I will have a few things behind it, but so far so good. I like that. So we're going to do the hay there with the tailored tag. Do you know what? I think I'm going to be using the Calypso Coral again because I've used it as the least amount of colour in here, and it just seems to be working really nicely. Oh, lovely, Jenny. I hope he has a lovely day. I've got my David's birthday this month as well. Oh, nice. Okay, luckily we're not stamping straight on, so if it doesn't work out we can just grab another scrap of paper, but that's stamped beautifully. Okay, tailored tag, flip it over so you can see how I line it all up. Once again, I'm looking at the there and not the hay, because there actually is a straight font where the hay is just handwritten. Okay, that'll do. Should have possibly pulled it up a little bit, but that's okay. I'm kind of thinking that can go in recycling. Pop that punch over there. Kind of thinking nestled there, so then I've still got the white space for your eye to have a break on up there. Okay, so let's choose some vellum to cut up, and I think I'm going to use the same vellum for each. So we have like our newspaper print, we have 2 sheets of everything, newspaper print, and we have a map print here. You can see my hand under it, but I don't want to use the white. Then we have white newspaper print. I'm thinking I kind of want to use this print because it's a lot finer than this. This is a bit too bold, so I think I'm going to use this one. And expect to see this vellum, not in the ink pad. Expect to see this vellum kind of everywhere. Now, what I'm going to do before I get any further, I am going to close these ink pads because I think I've done all my stamping. I don't think I want to add anything to these labels. I think it will make everything a little too busy if I do. So ink pads can be closed, so what just happened doesn't happen again. God, Shaz, happy birthday for tomorrow my time. So your birthday in Australia technically happens in 11 hours. Just over 11 hours. That's fun. That is fun. Do you have big plans? Because that's a milestone birthday. Tell us what your plans are. Because I was 40 a couple of years ago and had a big party here at my place. You just got, do you mean flowing flowers? I have used flowing flowers already as well, and I'm loving it. And I'm going to play with all of these stamp sets here with you and use the celebration stuff as well. There is now just so much stuff, and it's just like I just want to play with everything. Yes, the flowing flowers is beautiful, and it is a great starter set. See, this is a great set because you get the images and you get a good selection. So you get this could be a sympathy, sending all the hugs, just a hi, a birthday, and a thank you. I call this a complete stamp set because you've got the sentiments and some great images. It's a complete stamp set. I could have, but I don't actually need to add any further things to images to this because it's complete. We're getting complete, well-balanced cards. Okay, just let me have another drink. Grab down my trimmer, and then we've got to work out card bases. I will use the bit I just put ink on. Now, I do just want to do a bit of a look here. So if I go to, kind of want to do 4 centimeter strip. So, where's the end that has ink on it? It's this one. Okay, there are no ink pads open, nothing inky. Sit it on the 4 centimeter mark, and I am actually going to use that inky piece because it won't be seen at all. Okay, so I have my 4 centimeter strip that I think will work nicely for both of these cards. Because for this card especially, you've just got the darkness and you can still see the stamping. I may need to make the piece for this a little thinner. Where's the other piece? Oh, it's up here. It ran away. Oh, I made it too wide for both of them. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Maybe it should have been 3 centimeters, not 4. 1, 2. No, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, I did it a centimeter too wide. All good. All good. Okay, so now I just want to find a pattern. Now, I think I'm definitely going to be using a B side. Sorry, Louisa, down. You were stopping my fan from rotating because I'm feeling a little warm. Yes, big size. You go back to sleep, my sweet. There we go. Good girl. How dare we disturb Queen Louisa? Like, really. What possessed us? So that's Evening Evergreen. Now, I didn't show you the Bird of Paradise in this. I got the Bird of Paradise potted Lego for Christmas. So Pale Papaya, that might be nice. That Pale Papaya piece, we'll just see. That would be good as well because that's quite sparse. Love a diagonal stripe. That's the Evening Evergreen dot. We've got the Calypso Coral Distressed. Okay, I think we need to use this. However much I love the top piece, I want the colour of the pale papaya. Now this also has a very faint script, but what we've done with our images, we're using large images, then medium images with the vellum, and then small with this strip. So everything is well balanced. So if you think about the rule of thirds, and often I think about small, medium and large, is actually, I might even go 1.5. Yeah, I might go 1.5, because that will add a little bit without adding too much. And then what I want to do, I want to take a whole centimetre off this. Now I am keeping this centimetre strip because I can guarantee you I will use it, because vellum just make my heart happy. Fair enough. Yes, we are right there. Yes, absolutely sad not to see them. David made a request to see Franklin this morning. I said, I think someone's missing his grandson, but we've given Thea some time because she wasn't well, so we've given her some time to heal. Okay, so let's look at how wide we may want these things. Maybe if I do 9 centimetres, then I can bring it down. I know I'm forever getting up and down my bit, but that's okay. And I could have measured it on here. You know, things happen. And I'm cutting it the right way, so then I get, just flipped. Then I get a nicer cutting edge. Just kind of the way I work. And I will probably angle the edges. I won't flag them. I will angle them. And then if that's 9, I'll want this at about 8-ish. And then we can see that, and they layer nicely on top of each other. I've also got the ribbon I could use as well, but I think the ribbon is just getting a little bit too much on what I want to be simple cards. This one, I kind of want to go 8 and 7. So, because 1 is, oh no, I want to go 8 and 7 though. No, she doesn't sleep much. She's always here with us, Jenny. Shaz is a new addition to the Woodettes, and we are really, really happy to have her here. Now, is 7 going to be enough? Yes, we'll be able to see a centimetre of it. I can't find that strip. Yes, I can. It looked this way like my stamped paper. Okay, and about there, done. So that is that done. These scrap pieces can now go back in the packets for later. I'm not doing it straight away. I probably will need to make card bases, but I just kind of want to do one task at a time. So is this just making sure I've got like and like together. This one I do actually want to keep blocky because it then matches the edges of that punch. So if I keep that all blocked, that matches the edges of the punch. But for this one, I think I'm definitely going to angle it and make it a little different. So just some, but I do want to make sure that the angles match. well, at least the there we go. So we've got matching angles here. Pop them in my rubbish bin. Okay, and we need, because we're using vellum, we need Stampin' Seal. And then we'll use a bit of dimensionals for the actual sentiment. And we're all good to go as I drop this thank you thighs for catching those. Just a little bit down the middle. Match, except for when there is a hair off my head. There we go. Definitely one of my curly hairs there. Now, I do have a little bit different angles, and that's okay. It's not okay when they don't line up well. Or do I make them... like that. Couple of dimensionals. Started a whole new sheet last night. Always makes me happy when I finish a full sheet of dimensionals. Part of the dimensionals, funny story, is one of our Wi-Fi devices needs to be within a certain distance from the remote of our air conditioner. So David said, I need to mount it to the wall because we've been moving furniture. Our Christmas stuff isn't even down, and we've been moving furniture and getting ready for a bit of a room renovation in what we call the toy room. It's the room I'm in, but it's opposite friend because we have a walkway in between the two rooms. And we're getting, it currently has bifold doors on it. So that's, no, that one is going to go on this one right there. So I like that. Although it's just going to be, these background pieces are just going to be a bit crooked. I can live with that. Just stick it down and move along. Just stick it down. I just want to make sure the label's straight. Or straight. I want to do kind of go over the edge a little bit here. So you can see how the, sorry, concentrating, blue. Yep, that's good. So we've got the card front and sentiment done for that one. So yes, David, I was down to the edges of my dimensionals, so I said to David, bring the device here, and I perfectly finished the edge of my dimensionals, which was awesome. Oh, leave that there for the moment and then adhere these two. Not quite there. David is, if I'm 43 this year, David's 58. Nope, 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 nope. Now this isn't quite adhered, so I should be able to move it down. Look, that will stay as it is. Adhere this on now. Having lining up issues, I went all not precise here, and now I can't do the precise bit. So I feel having these being a little more precise and structured do balance the stamping out quite nicely. So I'm hiding my glue behind the designer series paper. So then it, I kind of want to hang that piece off as well. And that's straight, oh my god. And then, just looking at all three pieces, and I've lost a piece completely. Yes, I have lost my thank you piece. How did I lose that? No, it's under everything. Okay, I've got it. Just thinking, do we want, because I kind of want to make three all the same. Go over here. Might need to do some auditioning of colours. I think the pale papaya will be a bit too wishy-washy, but I'm not sure about the Calypso Coral. So let's do a bit of auditioning, Calypso Coral. Because it'll tone in beautifully with the sentiments. Oh, that already is a card base. That looks good on that one. It works. Just ties it all together, I think. Tell me what you think. And then we can audition it exactly the same on this piece. I think it's going to work for all of them. Oh, sorry, we're disturbing you, Louisa. And our single piece, our single very flat piece, but I will add the faux glass shapes on. Yes, indeed, it will work. So I just need one piece and I will get 2 extra card bases out of it. Precise is so overrated. Oh, hello Maria, how are you? I didn't see you. Pop in there, Maria. Sorry. That was your... I'm so glad you received your birthday card yesterday. Are you one of those people, Maria, who has already opened her birthday card? Or are you waiting until your birthday to open it? Very curious to know. No, it's because I keep moving, Jenny. And she's going, why are you moving, Mum? Can't you just say stay still? And the answer is, no, I can't just stay still. Okay, 2 card bases. This up here. Fold these in half, bone folder. Spin, spin, spin my spinner. And go. And David, as those who were on the Zoom before I come in, David has not bought the ladder in from the shed and is not up in the roof grabbing down our Christmas boxes. This afternoon's task is to de-Christmas the house. And then I'll need to vacuum and do all of those things. I love the way your name is spelt. I think it's awesome. My pleasure, Jenny. I've already got February's birthday cards picked. I think they're even written. I'm not sure if I've got stamps on them though, but I'm getting them all to a point, and I think I've printed out all my birthday labels up until July, possibly. So that's kind of what I've been doing during this Christmas period, just quietly getting ahead with some things. So future Ellen thanks me for making things easy. Yeah, one of the kids' names I was going to choose an Irish spelling, and my mother kind of talked me out of it, and now that is no longer their name. So it all happened for a reason. But I chose Scottish spelling because David's mother is Scottish. So I like how this vellum bridges both layers here. It kind of ties it all together. What do you think of the sentiment clusters that I created? Do you think they work? Would you have done them? Now this one is top folding, that's fine. I just grabbed out what I had because that was easiest to use. Yeah, I really love the dark of these. I'm just annoyed that that isn't stamped straight, but I've got to let it go. It's a handmade card. And this hey there can be used. These can all actually, these two can absolutely be birthday cards. A nice thank you card. This definitely needs some embellishing. These I could leave as is without embellishments because that's where we're up to. And just cap my glue. Pop that over there. Oh, I don't know where the end of this actually, oh yes I can. Try and just make myself some room. Okay, because I need to take my pick tool, so I might as well pop some things away while I grab that. So take your pick tool. I've got my faux sea glass shapes, which I'll show you up front. Aha, I found my little pesky friend that went from down there. So you can see I've already used some, and that card will be up on my blog in the next little bit. Oh, that's pretty funny, Jenny. Are you open? You couldn't wait. That's okay, Maria. That's okay. I always think it's funny when people say, thank you, I received it. I love the card. It's like, right, you're one of those people. Okay. The glue dot came off the back of that. And now I can't find where that dropped. That dropped there. But I can fix that. I actually fixed it last night, and it's because I don't know why it did it. It just did it. So I grab, and now because that dot up there has the blue tack on it, it's fine. We'll just fix it another way. So I take a glue dot. I find a glue dot. I fold it in half. This is my other take your pick tool with the spatula end on it. So I fold my glue dot in half. Then I work out which side of this is, and then I pick this up like that. I do a little shimmying over and folding and that. And now I use, right, hold on. I use my paper piercing end to pick it up, and Bob's your uncle. I have an adhesive, and I want to put it there. I have an adhesive embellishment again. I do just need to do a bit of tucking for the glue dot. Look, it's not, sorry, it's not perfect, but it's done. For this one, I didn't use any green, so I'm going to stick with the different shapes of this. So I'm going to put 2 down here, and I'm going to put, these are a little different to work with. I am really used to working with, oh, that's going to nest really nicely in that shape there. I'm used to working with round ones, so it's a little different, but we can deal with it. Okay, and maybe I want to put a couple of, no. Now, can I get this off without ripping the paper? No, I can't. That one's going to stay there, and I'm going to have to do a bit of a cluster. That's fine, that's fine, that's fine. That's fine. Look, not perfect, but I've made my crooked sentiment a central piece, and I've got a few bitty ones up there that create a little bit of interest on the card. Okay, so that's my thank you. I'm just going to add, I think I'm going to go the mint again. I'm just going to put like 2 down there, so a larger and a teeny. And like leave that at that, because I'm happy with that, but I like the different textures. This one, I think I'm going to go green. I think I'm going to go the Pear Pizzazz. And I think I'm going to stick at 2. Because I can see where, oh, do you know what? I'm changing my mind and thinking I want to go, yeah, I want to go with the mint. So pop that one back down, and I'll go, that's better. No, the mint just works better. Tell me if you agree. So it just kind of fills in that area, but adds a little bit of interest. A tortoise, that's very cool. Yes, you do see Louisa on my watch. Oh, I'm so sorry for putting my foot on your leg. You know, I'm not the human or anything, Louisa. Okay, that is our 3 cards done. I just want to replace some of the ends of these, otherwise they get lost all over my desk because, oops, because they're clear, they do tend to go walkabout. And then I stab myself and do all wonder of things with them. Okay, so what have we used today? And we have made the 3 cards. So I'll show you close up. That's sending all the hugs. And then we've got Hey There. And then we have Thank You, which I actually don't mind in the end. Growing on me. Growing on me. Okay. So we used the Artfully Layered stamp set. We used the Tailored Tag Punch. I'm just making sure you girls can see them because, you know, lighting. Okay, so we used the Tailored Tag Punch and the Everyday Label Punch. And we used, like, all these colours. So we use Pear Pizzazz, Evening Evergreen, Calypso Coral, Pale Papaya, Mint Macaron, and Just Jade. I'll even pull those over a little bit. We used the Faux Sea Glass Shapes. Oh, what else did we use? My word, we used a bit, but basically, except for the punches, all from one suite. We used the Vellum Layering Sheets, the Artfully Composed Designer Series paper, and the 3 cards. See how far I can go over with these. No, I can't do that. So let's see. There we go. There are our 3 cards. So thank you so much for joining me today. Thank you. You think you're adding it to your wish list, Charlotte? Thank you. Yes, break out your set and stamp. That's what I'm here for. I'm here to inspire you to grab out your things and use them, because if you don't use them, that's a bit sad. The stamp sets do get a bit sad. Don't forget to give me a thumbs up on the way out so I know you enjoyed, and we can have more people find my little Stampin' Up community. And when my order comes in, you know I will be doing an unboxing to share with you. Not sure if that'll be on Facebook or here on YouTube, but I will do it somewhere. So if you do follow me here on YouTube, please make sure you also follow me on Facebook, because I do a live over there once a week, and I do a live over here guaranteed the other. I do Tuesday on Facebook, Thursday on YouTube, and then often I do a little video in between. So make sure you're following me, liking me, and turning on your notifications. So it's the bell here on YouTube, and it's the notifications on Facebook, which you can adjust. So have an amazing weekend. I will enjoy de-Christmasing this afternoon, and then my house will feel very naked for about a week until I get used to my more streamlined decorating. So thanks so much again for joining me. If you want to purchase, link in the shop below. If you have any questions about joining during celebration or hosting a party and getting some fantastic freebies, please don't hesitate to ask me, because that's what I'm here for. Thanks again, guys. Bye.